Thanks for hopping into the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. We'll be on here for the next while to talk to you guys, answer your snowboard questions. We got the snowboard season approaching, so very exciting time. It's early October, so just in over a month, most of North America is going to start opening up. But in some places, depending on the snow, we're going to start to get some resorts opening soon. So excited to be on here, talk to you guys. It's a great time of the year. I feel like now is the time where everyone's getting their gear together, their like snowboard kit, their snowboards kind of picked out and ready to go. Or if you already have your gear, maybe you might be waxing it up and starting to tune up your gear for the big opening day. So exciting stuff there. And yeah, it's kind of fun too to see the weather, to watch the weather and see the snow come in. For me, I just moved my all my snowboard gear up to Whistler. So I got a new place up in Whistler, going to be there for the season. It's my first season back in Whistler in a couple of years. So I'm excited to get back up there and be back riding in maybe the best place in all of North America. So excited to be back in Whistler full time. And yeah, right now I'm visiting my family in Vancouver. It's raining out here in the city, but I'm sure that up on the mountain they're getting some snow. It's all good. All right, let's get into some of your questions. Bad Rider saying, welcome back to Whistler. Has it changed much? No, Whistler is is pretty much exactly the same. Same place, so which is kind of cool. You kind of go back worrying that maybe some things have changed, but yeah, all my favorite food spots are still there, very familiar, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some changes that I just haven't found out yet, but hopefully all changes for the better. I saw that Whistler, the Fitzsimmons chairlift at the bottom of Whistler is a brand new chair. So hopefully that is a good thing. I'll find out. Bad Rider says, I'm waxing my gear for storage. Oh no. Adam, how would you rate your season in Australia kind of compared to the other seasons? Yeah, give us a breakdown on how the Australian season went. We got Michael in the chat, says, what's good, Kev? What will be your daily? Oh, daily rider. I'm not sure. I mean, I've been riding, probably the board I've ridden the most this last year has been the LibTech Orca, which has been a great board. I love the Orca. It's floats really well in powder. You got the magnet traction on the side cut, so giving you the grip on the firm stuff. And the C2X profile of the Orca kind of makes it very easy to turn. So you got that combo camber and rocker. So it turns quickly. It turns quickly, like is wide. So the width kind of gives you lots of stability too. And it's got like a good flex. It's not too stiff and it's not too soft. It's kind of like right in the middle there. So it's a great board for riding powder or just carving around the resort. So that's been the board I've ridden the most. Mark says, been hitting the gym hard for this year. Got to pull the boards out and put the bindings back on. Awesome, man. Yeah, get ready, get that board ready. That's always like a fun process, getting the board out and getting everything back on. And yeah, good call, getting back into the gym. That's like a good kind of, you'll come into the first day prepared. Although it is tough sometimes to get ready. Some of those snowboard muscles are hard to train for, but yeah, the more you prepare, the better. We got Gaston saying, Olaf from Mendoza, Argentina. Yeah, what's up, man? Missing, I was down in South America in Chile for a month and definitely missing being down south. Amazing part of the world. Bad Rider says, best season ever. Last time we got this much snow, I was stuck on blue runs, figuring out how to progress. And I made use of all my skills. Awesome, man. That was great to hear, Adam. glad that you guys had an awesome season and that your skills have enabled you to ride that POW. Michael says, can't wait to see you ride with Andreas. Yeah, Andreas Schubert. Yeah, it will be awesome to ride with Andreas again. Yeah, we'll see if Andreas, I know he has, he has his trees up on Blackcomb Mountain that he likes to ride. And yeah, hopefully he can show me some new stuff this year too. That'd be awesome. Okay. Isa says the new Clue is overpriced, $499, an additional $199 for the second base. I mean, with gear, you kind of get what you pay for, and the thing with the Clue bindings, like you're getting like quality. So like I know that other bindings, they make them cheaper. They make them for much cheaper. So like, yeah, you kind of get what you pay for. So Clue, you get like a very quality binding. They put a lot of tech into it, and they're made in Germany. So they're not made like with like cheap parts or like cheap plastic. It's all like very quality stuff. So I don't think they're overpriced. If they're too expensive for you, then that's understandable. But their profit margin is probably like much smaller than any other company. Mark said last year was very bad. Oh no, 2 runs the first day. Well, hopefully you get more runs this year, man. We got Johnny watching from Ireland. Oh, dang. Bad Riders 2 years on Team SPC. Dude, thank you. Thank you for being a member for 2 years, Adam. Wow, epic support right there, man. And he's the moderator, just keeping the chat clean. Thank you, brother. Caleb says, ever been to Taos? Yeah, I did. I went to Taos, I think just one day, and I got lucky. It was a powder day. So yeah, love New Mexico. Taos is such a cool spot. And I also rode at Angel Fire, which is really fun. And shout out to, what's that board? There's like a dude, my buddy Aaron, who has a waxing company down there. I can't remember the name of his company right now, but yeah, we stayed with him, and it was an epic time. Asu Baku, hello from Japan. What's up? Awesome. Japan, you guys get the best snow in the world. Johnny says, I bought boots from Andreas and was the last year. Such a nice dude. Yeah, over in Comore. Yep. And Bad Riders dropping the super chat. Oh man, you got the membership and the super chat. Shout out to us Aussies suffering from the season blues. Also, miss you, Chuck. Yeah, miss you too, Chuck. Yeah, I think Chuck is working right now. But yes, the seasonal blues. Kelly, Chilean. Okay. Bad Rider says, no spam, guys, please. Yeah, let's. If you just ask it once, I'm definitely going to get to your question. So just, if you do ask a good question, kind of any question, yeah, I'm definitely going to answer it. But yeah, keep it clean, keep it on snowboard topics, or it can be like snowboard adjacent topics as well. Kelly, what are your thoughts on John Buckhouse? Yeah, Jonathan's a legend. He's putting out tons of great snowboard videos from there in Colorado. And yeah, it's amazing. He's been probably the most consistent in all of snowboard YouTube. And yeah, just getting tons of people stoked on snowboarding, tons of people into snowboarding, and yeah, so positive. And so yeah, hopefully get to ride with Jonathan this upcoming season. Aaron says, yo, I just got my Icon Pass yesterday. Nice, Aaron. Yeah, what's your home resort? Where do you ride the most? I just picked up the Epic Pass a few days ago. So going to be riding mostly in Whistler. Moroccan snowboarder says, are you going to make snowboarding group trips to Japan or Chile? Yeah, possibly in the future. Yeah, I've wanted to do some of these like group trips. So maybe a Japan one or a Chile one next year. Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, that's a possibility. Pavel, how is it to be back in Whistler? All the best for Island. Best channel, Kevin. Awesome. Or Kevin. Yeah, Whistler's cool. It's good to be back. Yeah, it's same old place. Great mountain, great town. And yeah, I'm stoked to be back up there. Miguel says, big fan. Is there any good riding resorts near Manassas, Virginia? Heading there for work soon. In Virginia, to be honest, I'm not sure. I feel like the best, I don't really know, to be honest. Yeah, Virginia is out there. I don't know what's the closest, if it's Vermont or it's either Vermont or North Carolina, or maybe New Hampshire. Maybe check out a few of those spots. Yeah, Bad Rider says, keep it respectful. One sec, guys. Let me check some. Pavel says, how is that custom camber? Thinking of getting it this winter. Yeah, so my park board this year is the Burton Custom Camber Edition, or that's the board I've been riding for almost a year. It's good in the park. I feel like it's a bit of a stiffer and a little bit more camber dominant park board than, you know, your traditional park snowboard. So definitely I would say more aimed towards it's a little bit aimed more towards like advanced park riding. Or if you're like trying to get to, not trying to get to advanced, but if like you're riding with more speed, you're hitting more bigger jumps, that kind of thing, like the camber gives you more stability. So you kind of lose a bit of the playfulness of a softer board for like say Butters, and you're also losing, it doesn't turn as quick because of that full camber. But then it does give you like stability. So for like things like landings, approach, you kind of have a bit more stability. So it kind of depends on what you prefer for a park board. I would say if you're more like intermediate park rider and you maybe go for something a bit softer and something that maybe has even a bit of more rocker in it. Something that's softer is the Burton, what's it called? The Process. The Process might be a more intermediate style board. Harrison says, thoughts on Pat Fava? I mean, not too many, but the few clips I've seen of him, he looks like an amazing rider. So yeah, really amazing rider. I think from the clips I've seen, he's very creative too. So it's awesome to see somebody who's, you know, being creative with their snowboarding. It's amazing. Bad Rider is asking, members chat today. We need to talk the change in season passes. I don't have time for the members chat today, Adam, but I will make it up to you. Yeah, I don't have the time today to do the full hour, so I'm going to be on here until about 3 or for another 20 minutes. And then, so yeah, this is just going to be a shorter live chat, but I'll make it up to you, man. I think I need to do this, go live multiple times a week, so let's make that happen. Put pressure on me, guys, too. Remind me, and I'll get it done. Aaron says, Bear Mountain, Snow Summit, Snow Valley, and Mammoth. Oh, dang, for your Icon Pass. Yeah, I feel like in terms of Icon versus Epic, Icon does have the better resorts. However, for me being in BC and Whistler, the Epic Pass is like, that's the one kind of jewel of the Epic Pass is Whistler. But yeah, that's awesome for the Icon. Definitely, I think Icon takes the lead in terms of resorts. We got Tim Fugat on here. What's up, Tim? Thanks for hopping in. LB says, as an intermediate snowboarder, what brand of boot would you get for the first boot? I recommend the Vans boots. I like the Vans. I just recommend either the Vans. I would try on the Vans High Standard for your first boot. So it's a traditional lace boot. It's going to be more inexpensive, and it's also a bit softer. And so, yeah, try it on, or order it and try it on. If it's comfortable on your foot, go for it. And then I do like one size down from my shoe size. So my shoe size is 10.5. My snowboard boot is 9.5. Bad Riders, what I need in a park board. Something fast to get old ass out of the park as quick as possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a way to ride park too. Tim, brand isn't hugely important. It's about fit. That's true too. Yeah, when you're trying on boots, I mean, it's good to have some. I mean, like for myself, I definitely listen to people's like advice on boots as well, because sometimes you can just be trying on so many different pairs of boots, and it can get frustrating trying to find that like comfortable pair. But when my friends, like I could see my friends, a lot of my friends were riding Vans, and that influenced me to like try on the Vans High Standard Pros, and that turned out to be really good. So yeah, go with recommendations, but definitely most important thing is that when you're trying them on, they fit your feet, and I like to think that they should be snug but comfortable in the store. If you've got a bunch of like pain points on your foot, then that's probably not the boot for you. Ben, skiing and riding, what's up? What's up, Ben? Yeah, let me know in the chat, guys, where everyone is watching from too. It's always awesome to hear where everyone is from. Maybe let me know too how long you guys have been checking out the videos for. How long have you guys been watching the channel? Let's go down a little history dive here. Aaron says, Icon is better for me because all the mountains around me are Icon with no blackouts as well. Amazing. Moroccan Snowboarder says Vans as well. Moroccan says, don't buy boots online. It's better to pick it up from the store. Yeah, I mean, the store is ideal, but then the second option, you know, if you can't go into the store, just get them online, try them on at home, and then, yeah, if they don't fit right, make sure there's a good kind of like return policy. We could just send them back, and then maybe, you know, get something else to try. Bad Riders, how is the season shaping up in Canada? We haven't seen the usual fire craziness, so I'm guessing it's been a wet summer. I think they did still have some fires, but yeah, I think it's still early to tell. I mean, right now it's raining. October, usually it rains a ton. Hopefully we're going to have an early start. J.A. Physio, difference in snow parks, North America versus Europe. That's a good question. Let me think. So in Europe, I feel like, what do they have? They tend to have more either T-bars. I feel like in Europe, the T-bar you share for the terrain park is often also busy with ski racers. I mean, that's one difference. A lot of the parks I feel like are more in the Alpine, or Europe is more Alpine in general, so the park is more Alpine in the Alpine. What else? I think the parks in Europe are bigger because the mountains are also bigger, so you have a bigger park. From my limited, I haven't ridden like a ton of parks in Europe, but I find the jumps in the European parks are a little bit, the landings are typically more flat, and there's also way more tubes. The tube riding in Europe feels like there's like way more tubes. Or maybe in North America, you've got smaller space for the parks, which then forces the parks to maybe be a little bit more creative with the setups. So I feel like in, yeah, North America, maybe slightly more creative setups, but also tighter spaces. And I feel like the best jumps I've hit are probably in North America. But I could be wrong. There could be way better jumps in Europe that I just haven't been to yet. Moroccan says, Vans versus 32. I used to have 32 boots, but I would get all these like pain points around my foot. It didn't happen from my first pair of 32s. It kind of happened later on. And then I switched to Vans, and they've been ultra comfortable. Bad Riders, how are the legs after all that hiking in Chile? Legs are feeling good in general. Yeah, some of the hikes were tough. The hard things with hikes in Chile was the elevation. So the elevation in Chile is like you're hiking around like 12,000 feet. So that lack of oxygen was really tough. So the legs were okay. Like physically, like legs and everything were fine. It was just the lungs trying to get the oxygen in. We got Apollo watching from Cleveland, Ohio. Moroccan snowboarder, Montreal. I've been watching your video since 2019. Awesome, man. That's so cool to hear. Evelyn's watching from Seattle, and I've been here intermittently for about a few years. Awesome, Evelyn. Thank you. Bad Riders from Melbourne, Australia. Been watching since 2013. It's also sunny here. Embrace the sun, Bad Riders. Apollo, small hills here, but we made it out to Copper for a couple of days back in May. So nice to hit a real mountain for the first time. Very cool. Aaron, you need to come back to Bear Mountain someday. California boarding is different. It is, yeah. I love the sun, kind of like real sunny riding in California, and then also Bear has one of the most fun parks. Tim says in Sydney and followed for years and met you on a traverse in Cardrona a few years ago. Awesome, Tim. Insane 3 Art, sup playa. Yo, Jake, what's up, man? Mammoth slated to get up to 15 inches next week. The season is right around the corner. Wow. Maybe it's time to start hiking again, Jake. Me and Huff just booked our spot for opening weekend. Amazing, dude. Yeah. When's opening weekend? When is that? I might be very jealous of your early start down there. Tanuki says hello. Tanuki, where are you from? So I'm originally from a small city near Toronto called Oshawa, and then I moved to Whistler about 20 something years ago. So yeah, I've been in BC since then. But yeah, I grew up near Toronto in Ontario. Bad Rider says, that's why Euros have bad knees, flat landings. Is that true? Tanuki, Canada. Yes, from Canada. I'm from Switzerland. Hiking is a big thing here. Oh yeah, you guys like the Swiss and the Austrians, you guys are like I feel like the world leaders in hiking, at least hiking gear. You see like in the resorts, you see like everyone's kind of decked out in all their really nice hiking gear. It's you guys take it next level. And we got Jan. Greetings from Germany. Awesome, Jan. Which Jan is this? Is this a Jan that I know, or just a general Jan? Bad Rider says, met Kev in 2018 at the snowboard shop when he stopped in Melbourne and didn't go snowboarding. Dude, I remember that day so well. I remember driving there. I remember like being really surprised by the turnout at the Melbourne ski shop there. And yeah, it was so cool hanging out with you, talking. And I think me and TJ, we just thought we were going to pick up a couple of things at a snowboard shop, and it turned into a whole event. That was, yeah, one of the most memorable days. It was awesome, man. Hobey 2000 says, hi, what's up? Thanks for dropping in. Insane 3 Art. November 14th is opening day at Mammoth. Okay, nice, man. Hopefully we get a similar one up here. Aaron M. Mammoth always ends up opening a week early. They do, yeah. I mean, the elevation there and the storms that come through, I feel like just bring the snow. Bad Riders. Have lift prices changed in Mammoth? I've seen a trend across a lot of the U.S. resorts. Yeah, I feel like they've jumped up the last couple of years, but I'm sure they're like kind of not doing any more jumps because it's pretty pricey already. I don't know what a day ticket is at Mammoth, but I'm guessing it's around $200. Hobey 2000. Do you know bratwurst? I do. Yeah, yeah. I don't eat bratwurst anymore, but there was a summer I lived in Germany and ate quite a few. So, not my favorite kind of like hot dog, but pretty good, pretty good. Kahal says, if you can only ride one board, what would it be and why? Oh, great question. Yeah, I'd probably ride something like the Libtech Orca, just because it's good in powder, and I feel like for park you can kind of make a board like that work in the park. So yeah, I'd ride something that's more powder friendly, and then try to make it work in the park. Yawn is a general yawn. Okay. Tanuki, have you been hiking or climbing in Europe? I have not. Only snowboarding. I mean, I've done some like just tourist hikes. Nothing serious though. It's just kind of been casual, like around Zermatt, um, a few spots in Austria. So, but just more just like fun kind of touristy hikes. Evelyn, have you ever tried surfing? I've been watching some surfing pods, and I don't know if that transfers well or at all. I'd love to try at least once. Does anyone have input for that? I have tried surfing a few times. I'm a very beginner surfer, but surfing, I feel like once you're standing up, there's kind of a slight similarity between surfing and snowboarding. But the thing that makes surfing so difficult is that it's all like the standing, or it's like the swimming and paddling. Yeah, it's all the surfing and paddling in surfing that makes it tough. Snowboarding is, I think, of all the board sports, that snowboarding is easiest, then skateboarding, and then surfing is definitely the hardest. But you do have like a bit of translation between them once you're actually standing on the board. Bad Riders, yeah, we saw the same here, but our lift prices always go up. Epic announced a pass for us for next year for 5 days at half the price of a regular season price. Feels like a fair trade-off. Nice, man. Yeah, I feel like nowadays you just have to also just go for the season pass. Like even my friend Chris, who like he just bought the Epic Pass, and so like yeah, if he goes like it was 1,500 Canadian dollars, and let's say if a lift ticket is $200, so if he goes 7 times, basically is paying for it, and then yeah, and then you just got to be able to ride 15, 20, 25 days a season, and then it brings that daily rate to like under $100. But yeah, it's kind of like makes it then hard for the people who only do it a few times a year. But then yeah, it's like if you can buy the tickets ahead of time and in the kind of a pack like you're talking about, then it kind of makes it more affordable. Coulter wants to know, are you still in Chile? No, I'm back in Canada now, in BC. Kind of in the process of moving to Whistler. Got all my snowboard gear up there. And yeah, but I did have an amazing time in Chile. Mostly rode at Valle Nevado, El Colorado. Made it down to Coralco for a week too. So had an awesome time in Chile. And actually did a week surf trip with my girlfriend Tessa at a place called, what was it called? I forget the name of the town, but on the west coast of Chile, there's like some surf towns, and we did a week of surfing. And yeah, in Vancouver at the moment. Insane 3 Art, where are you posted up this season? So I'll be in Whistler. I got a place back in Whistler, so I'll be there for most of the season. Oh, you're going to hit Baker in January. We'll have to keep in touch, Jake, and maybe I will be able to come down and meet you guys at Baker. Yeah, Baker is an awesome spot. Aaron says, would you get a battalion board? I've had a good experience with my Evil Twin and Party Wave. I would get a battalion board. I know it's a little bit to get used to because it doesn't have any contact points because of the 3BT. So you kind of lose a bit of grip, but it does give you that like very loose kind of surfy feel. I would maybe like try it for a powder board again, but it is a little bit to get used to with the -4 contact points. Coulter, sounds like a sick trip. The vids were awesome. Oh, thank you, Coulter. Yeah, still have a few to come. I have one more video from Valle Nevado and then 2 or 3 videos still from Coralco. So a few vlogs still to come from Chile. And Coulter is asking, yeah, I think that Insane 3 Art is in San Diego, but yeah, making the trip up to Baker. Definitely Baker, one of my favorite mountains. It's small, but it's got a ton of like fun terrain. They get so much snow. They get, I think they're like the second snowiest place in North America, aside from Alaska. I mean, it kind of depends on what you're checking, and also the snow's a little bit heavier, so it stays. And the locals at Baker like to keep it a secret and say that it rains all the time. I mean, which it kind of does, but yeah, it is definitely worth the trip to Baker. Oh, we are doing a week-long trip there in February. Oh, wow. Have you ever ridden at Whitefish in Montana? Never ridden at Whitefish, but yeah, Montana is not too far away. In Motion SLB, what's up, man? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I'll be on the chat for a couple more minutes, and then I gotta take off. I gotta make this one a short one. But yeah, I just wanted to drop in, say hello to you guys. I did just upload a vlog video from Valle Nevado where myself and my photographer friend Bernie, we did some hiking up into the backcountry area there at Valle Nevado. So if you guys get the chance, please check that video out. And yeah, still some videos to come from Chile, so stay tuned for those. Just wanted to say, guys, yeah, thank you guys for all the support. And if you get the chance and you haven't yet, definitely subscribe here to Snowboard Pro Camp. So you can support the channel either with super chats or by checking out the gear in the description. So there's links to gear and also to my sponsors, Clue and Outdoor Master. So if you like the content and you want to support it, yeah, shopping from those links or sponsors is an awesome way to help. And yeah, new gear coming out from Outdoor Master and Clue. Outdoor Master has some new Falcon goggles on the way. I believe they're the Falcon goggles, but some new goggles. And Clue has the new binding out, the Independence 1.0. So look out for those. Julius says, absolutely love your channel. Awesome. Thank you, Julius. Evelyn, thank you so much for going live. I was hoping I could ask you my surf question. Happy riding. Awesome. And yeah, Jake, hopefully we can link up this season, man. I think we will. I feel like we're on a good roll. Awesome, guys. Yeah, I might end the chat there, but yeah, stay tuned. More chats to come. Hit the bell beside the subscribe too, and you'll get notified every time I do go live. And yeah, if you want to see more of these live chats, just give this video a like. Awesome. Thank you guys for dropping in. Have a great weekend. And yeah, looking forward to hopefully seeing some of you guys on the mountain soon. All right. Peace.